When Andrea looked into Teddy's eyes, she felt something break inside her. In the back corner of the shelter, sitting alone, not making a sound, there was something in this dog that everyone else had walked past. But not Andrea. She saw it, and that day, everything changed. Andrea walked into the shelter that day with a heavy heart. For 6 long months, the silence in her home had grown heavier with every passing day. She had lost her beloved dog, and that emptiness felt impossible to fill. She had tried to move forward. She had tried to convince herself she wasn't ready for another dog, but a quiet voice inside her kept whispering, "Maybe it's time." So she listened. She walked slowly past the rows of kennels. Dogs barked, tails wagged, eyes pleaded. Each one seemed to cry out for a chance, for someone to stop and choose them. But Andrea's gaze stopped on just one, a dog sitting alone in the corner, not making a sound. His head hung low, his shoulders slumped, and in his eyes wasn't just sadness, something deeper was written there: heartbreak. His name was Teddy. A staff member explained that Teddy had been abandoned, left out on the street as if he didn't matter. As Andrea listened, she noticed something familiar in his eyes, a closeness, something like a mirror reflecting a pain she knew too well. She couldn't walk away. That very day, she brought Teddy home. If you're new here and haven't subscribed yet, honestly, that makes me a little sad. Hit subscribe now. Let's go through the rest of this journey together. She thought it would take time for him to adjust. She prepared herself for weeks of patience, for slow progress, for careful steps. She was wrong. That first night, Andrea set up a cozy bed just for him in the corner of the room. She wanted him to feel safe, to feel like he had his own space. But Teddy had other plans. He climbed right into her bed, curled up beside her, and let out a long, deep sigh, as if he had done it 1,000 times before, as if he was saying, "I'm home now. I knew I'd find you." Andrea lay there in the dark, listening to him breathe, and realized something had already shifted between them. The next morning brought a surprise. Teddy didn't play. Andrea offered him balls, ropes, squeaky toys. Nothing caught his interest. He just watched, quiet and still, as if he had forgotten what it meant to simply be a dog. Then she handed him a soft stuffed animal, and that changed everything. Teddy carried that toy so gently, so carefully, as if it were something precious, as if it were his baby. He nudged it softly, curled around it, protected it with his whole body. Watching him, tears filled Andrea's eyes. What kind of life had this dog lived before? What had he lost that made him hold onto a stuffed toy as if it were the most important thing in the world? You're not the only one wondering. At the shelter, most people had assumed Teddy was a Pitbull because of his cropped ears. Strangers on the street made the same assumption. Some crossed to the other side. Some tightened their grip on their own dogs. But Andrea was curious rather than afraid. She ordered a DNA test. When the results arrived, she smiled. Teddy was a purebred American bully. That one small piece of knowledge made her love him even more deeply. She finally knew exactly who he was, and it only made the connection feel more real. She started telling people proudly, not defensively, proudly. Over the weeks that followed, she discovered his quirks. Every single morning, Teddy refused to leave the bed until Andrea rubbed his belly. She could be fully dressed, coat on, front door wide open, already running late. Teddy wouldn't budge, not 1 inch. He would simply look up at her with those big, patient eyes and wait. It became their ritual, small but sacred, a moment that belonged only to them. She also noticed how deeply he watched her, not just with his eyes, with his whole body. When she was tired, he moved closer. When she laughed, his tail moved faster. When she cried, he pressed his head into her lap and stayed there, still and warm, until she stopped. Andrea hadn't expected that. She had gone to the shelter thinking she was rescuing him. She was only beginning to understand how much he was rescuing her right back. Then came the weather. Rain, snow, even an overcast sky left Teddy frozen at the door, unwilling to take a single step outside. Thunderstorms were the hardest. He trembled so badly that Andrea could feel his fear inside her own chest. She tried everything: gentle words, treats, soft reassurances, extra patience. Nothing worked. Then one stormy night, she tried something different. She slipped him into soft dog pajamas. And just like that, something shifted. The trembling slowed, his breathing steadied. He climbed into her lap, rested his heavy head against her, and quietly waited out the storm beside her. Together. Some people laughed when she told them about the pajamas. She didn't mind. She had seen what they did for him. She had felt his body relax beneath her hands. There is no dignity lost in finding what makes someone feel safe. Not for a dog, not for anyone. Now I want to ask you something. If you were in Andrea's shoes, would you have taken in a dog like Teddy? Or would you have thought too complicated and walked away? Today, Teddy greets everyone on their walks with gentle eyes and a slow, steady wag of his tail. Some people smile warmly, others hesitate, unsure what to make of him. But Andrea doesn't mind. She knows the truth of his heart, and that truth is gentler than most people expect. Teddy still has his fears. He still has his quirks. But to Andrea, he is not just a dog. He is family, and she cannot imagine her life without him. Maybe this dog, who came from a broken place, who was left behind as if he meant nothing, has something he wants to tell you. That patience matters more than people realize. That love, offered quietly and consistently, reaches places that words never can. That one small chance, given to the right soul at the right moment, can heal even the deepest wounds. If this story touched your heart, think of the quiet ones, the overlooked souls sitting in shelter corners, not barking, not begging, just waiting for someone to stop, to look, to see them the way Andrea saw Teddy. Share this video today with someone who could use a spark of hope. And one last thing, I want to leave you with this. If a dog like Teddy, who was abandoned and left with nothing, can trust again this quickly and love this fully, was the problem ever really the dog? Tell me in the comments.